God by being circumcised, you must obey all the regulations in the whole law of what? Go ahead. For if you are trying to make yourself right with God by reading, by what? The law they are talking about here is not fornicating, not lying, not do this one, don't do this one. When you are coming into church, tie your head. When you do this one, if you are doing it to see yourself right with God, you have what? You have been cut off from what? Not grace. You have cut off from who? Say it now, read it well. Are you afraid? If you are trying to make yourself right with God by keeping the law, you have been cut off from who? When you are trying, you think you are doing something right, not knowing that you are cut off from who? Many believers don't have Christ in them. Why? We don't lie, we don't cheat, we don't fornicate. Don't you know we are the people of this commission? We are right. They have what? Cut off from what? Christ. They have what? Fallen away from what? Us. Am I the one that wrote it? Put amplify. Let's read this thing together. Put amplify chapter 4. If you seek to be justified and declare righteous and to be given a right standing with God through the law, you are brought to nothing and so separated, severe from who? Why are they not teaching these things? Why? Why are they not teaching these things? Why? I ask the question, why? Rather, they will tell you, you be holy, don't lie, don't cheat, don't fornicate, pay your tithes, do that. Those things, if you are trying to do those things to receive God's approval, you have been cut off from who? So no love can be in such a person, because once you are cut off from Christ, you don't have what? The love of God in you. Sir, Mas, I've seen Christians who they don't have love, man. Me, I'm telling you, very mean set of people. Very judgmental set of people. You do this, they judge. You do that, they judge. Judging always. You know, let me show you what Christ was talking about. Give me John chapter 8 from verse 1. You know, I tell you, the law, nothing makes people judgmental like trying to keep what? The law. Assuming we are teaching love, I tell you, the Christian side of God, they will be the one taking over the whole world. That's the plan of God. But they have failed in what they asked them to teach, and they are teaching another thing. Now, not Galatians again, not Galatians. John chapter 8 from verse 1. I want to show you something that happened. Something that happened. So what you should seek is to have Jesus. Just seek to have him. And as you have him, go ahead and do what? Love one another. Just do it. Every other thing will be okay. Now, verse 8. Let me read this thing, this account. And Jesus went onto the Mount of Olives. And early in the morning, he came into again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. And the scribes and the Pharisees, who are the scribes and the Pharisees? Law enforcers. Yeah. The law of Moses enforcers. We keep the law. Don't you know we are the children of Abraham? Don't you know we sleep and wake up in the law? We know God though. We see God face to face. Now let's read. And the scribes and the Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery, and set they, and when they had set her in the midst, next one, they said unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. No, go ahead. And now Moses in the law commanded us that that such should be what? Stoned. But what says thou? They always love Moses and law, and it's not that we used to what? Accuse them before God. Who is the accuser of the brethren? Not the devil, the law. I showed you last week now. It is Moses that accused you before. Even Moses you trust. It's Moses that accused them. This they say, tempting him that they might have to accuse him. But Jesus stooped down and with his finger wrote on the ground, and as though he heard them not. Go ahead. And so when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him be cast what? A stone at her. Again he stooped down and wrote on the ground again. Now, I've told any GO or anyone that said he's true, he wants to prove that he's righteous, I'm giving him this assignment. Let him first go and love one another. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one. Now, hear this thing I'm telling you. If these people preaching the law don't stop, God will take them out one by one. Beginning at the eldest and unto the least. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. This Jesus, God himself was with the woman taken in adultery. And when Jesus lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her,